Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be looking at the energy of Cancer. So right now, Cancer is a fellow water sign. There's Mars is in Cancer. Mars in Cancer is trining your sign. It is currently trining Neptune that is in your sign currently, but as it goes through its retrograde over the next few months, it's also going to trine it's going to trine both Neptune and Saturn. So this is some really interesting energy, a nice flow of energy around a really kind of a creative energy for you. But this has to do with the 10th house. So even though that may or may not be your 10th house issues are issues around the father. It's also around your career. It is where you are generally seen. It's the highest part of the chart is the 10th house. And so where you are most visible, so around the action you're going to take and stuff, but it comes with the energy of Uranus. Now Uranus is in Taurus right now, which in the sextile, it actually is about choice. It's choosing where to make the changes. And currently Uranus in retrograde is trining Neptune up there in your sign. And so Neptune in your sign is trying to get clarity. And when Uranus is in retrograde, yes, changes happen, but they're negotiated and navigated by your choices. It's like you decide what you're going to blow up in your life. And so where you want to make the changes around career matters right now, Pisces, this is coming into focus. So it is about an opportunity for you to really choose that. And also, Cancer energy is the energy of the mother. So you have the father and the mother. This is something about balance that is coming through here. A need to kind of balance some energies. Maybe you're trying to create life, work, home, life kind of balance in your life right now. And so something has to change. But this is a change that you're going to choose to make. So right now we have a lot of change energy happening, and it's important that we pay attention to what we feel. This is super interesting. You have Beauty and the Beast, and look at this. This guy is right on her, and look at her eyes, and it says you need some space in a relationship. And so this could be with the father, it could be with the mother, it could be in the career aspect of your life. Maybe you're feeling a little crowded. Relationship, this one definitely looks romantic. I mean, Beauty and the Beast, right? But it feels like somebody is putting a lot of pressure on you, Pisces, that you're feeling like, I just need to breathe. I just need some space here. And with Uranus and Taurus, and this guy definitely looking like a bull, right? I mean, kind of really looks like a bull there. It's like you creating the space for yourself. So I do believe we're talking about a love relationship as I'm looking at these cards coming out here. So there is some kind of a balance of energies that are happening here. Okay. Oh, wow. What does your inner child want? This is the reason. Look at, she's dreaming about what she wants when she grows up. So for some of you, it could be that you really want to focus on your career right now. You have an opportunity to really do something, but you have a romantic relationship. It could be a significant other that you've had for a long time, or it might be you've just met somebody and it's like, I'm a working person over here. I'm trying to get my job done. And you feel like there's a real push and pull energy. How do I give enough to a relationship and still be able to advance my career, right? It feels like both things. Wow, so many charms that wanted to come out. Yep, so we have this little mouse offering a heart that says love on it. We have fish bones. Fish bones. This is a pick and clean. This is what I'm getting off of this, okay? It's not always what I get. Feels like the cupboards are bare, right? Like I really need to focus on my job because I need the financial resources. But you have the moon, and this moon has got his little nightcap on, right? He's a little quarter moon. It's a little quarter moon. So the quarter moons, pay attention to the quarter moons. So we have in November, the first quarter moon is going to be on around the 8th of November. And then we have a half moon, which Well, that is a half moon. Then we have a full moon, which would not be a quarter moon, okay? That one is on November 15th. And so then about a week or so after that, we get into the third quarter moon, right? And so it feels like those are the weeks to really kind of pay attention to where your energy is going. Are you getting enough rest? Because the quarter moons are always about, we're at this point of choice and decision making. Like, I've made this intention, and now what are my choices that I'm making for the next step in it? And then after the full moon, where we take some action, now we're assessing, how did that action go? Was it something that really works for us? Is this really what we want to do? We have this this bottle of gin here. Please, Pisces, when I see this, I worry. Don't escape into don't escape into drugs, alcohol. Sometimes it's sex, sometimes it's gambling. It feels like a very addictive energy because we have this whale tail, like it's going into the water. You're diving deep. I do really encourage you to be careful about that. Okay. Pisces struggles with that energy more than other signs. So addiction isn't always alcohol, but a lot of times with Pisces, that's what we find. So do be careful. We have the word of believe. Okay? This is believing in yourself. This is believing in your ability to create this balance. This is believing in your ability to break free. So I just started these, and I just so Scorpio and then you, and then I'll do Cancer. And Scorpio also had this card in this placement, and this is the star card. But it looks like a zodiacal wheel. It looks like a compass. It looks like, allowing the changes to occur in their time and their season. It's in the area of what do you seek information on. And this is where this belief system comes in, right? In believing in what it is that you want. And the energy that's been draining you are the clouds. It's the confusion. Like, I don't know. Right? I have a Pisces moon, and all the time I feel like I don't know which direction I'm going in, and the obstacle to overcome, again, we have the compass. Like, this has been a struggle. Like, trying to figure out where to put our feet down, what action to take, where do we even really want to go? There's so much nebulousness about this, and you're being asked to break free from what has been expected of you. I feel like with Uranus showing up here, there is an opportunity for you to break out of the box, right? North Node is getting ready to move in your sign, which also feels like this. And you just had that full moon that happened in your sign that was an eclipse, kind of a shot across the bow. Things are about to change, Pisces. You have to let go of things in order to and create space for something new to come in. Because the action to take, we have the rider, but what's so fascinating about this rider is a merry-go-round, well, let's say that one more time, merry-go-round horse, carousel horse. It goes around and around and around, but look, it's broken free. It's getting out of a cycle. It is allowing a cycle to complete in order to create a new one. And you're being asked to reconnect with, what were your dreams? What were your goals? What was it that you wanted to receive when you were a child? So here we have the little girl as the overall energy. This is getting in touch with your inner child. And here in the heart space, we have the more mature feminine energy that is open to receiving, but you notice she has received. She has received, there's a note attached to that rose. She has received guidance. She has received confirmation. She has received information. She has received a sign, a rose, a sign of love. Now, whether that sign of love comes from a partner or the universe, it is something that really connects with your soul. And so I feel like there's a need to connect in with what is really important to you. This deck has a lot of birds cards, okay? At least 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. And in this particular one, in the area of what is going to change, how to transform the situation, we have a full moon, So it really makes me think about that eclipse we had in your sign recently. And we have these two owls. And again, there's this combination, but they're the owls of wisdom. And honestly, I feel like the connection that you need most right now is the connection with your higher self. And so the key to the situation is the storks. It's the long-awaited change, but they're doing a mating dance. But you see how balanced they are. This could be a relationship. It could be a relationship where you're saying, I need some space here because I'm trying to keep my life in balance. Absolutely 100%. Or it could be that you're connecting in with your higher self. And you need to create balance in your life in order to do that. So time for yourself, time for work, time for friends. Like, how do I keep it all in balance here? But there is a breakthrough. There is a breakthrough that is happening this month. On November 1st, we have the new moon in Scorpio. That is an energy that flows to you. That is where you plant that seed of intention. That is where you ask the questions. What direction do I want to go in? Where you visualize what it is that you want. And that full moon in Taurus, and the energy of choice and decision making on November 15th, breaking free. And so the steps on those quarter moons, especially the quarter moon leading up to this, the breaking free. So that first half of the month, really making some choices to walk away from things that don't serve you to move in the direction of what does. And there's a real need here. If you look at these cards, there's the wisdom that's going to transform the situation. Two birds on it. Here we have the two birds here doing this mating dance. This is a creation dance. This is creating with the divine, either through a physical relationship with somebody, or maybe the right perfect job comes in, or the whatever it is that you've been seeking. Whatever you've been seeking that's been so confusing, now something's coming through, and it's going to give you this breakout moment, this breakthrough moment. And they're going over a rainbow, right? And you don't get a rainbow unless there's been a storm. So I'm not going to deny that there's been storm spicy, but there's a chance for you to move forward, to get off that round and around thinking that allows you to set yourself free and get onto the healing path. And here in the energy of resources, we have a number 10, which is the 10th house. That's fun. It's a new idea, but it's something that makes you feel like a kid again. It's something that you enjoy. I think you're making some kind of a career move of some sort that reminds you of what it was that you wanted when you were a child. And so be open to receiving it. The outgoing card is the heart. This is a meeting heart to heart, face to face, crown chakra to crown chakra. This is really connecting in, again, either with your higher self or with a significant other, a meeting of the minds and heart, really getting on the same page with somebody. And so if you need space, if you need time so that you can focus on this thing you want to do, ask for it. Ask for it. You have obsidian and hellborn. It says shadow mirror, deep healing. This is our shadow self. Making friends with it, loving our shadow self, but also a lot of times things we don't like about ourselves we find reflected in the people in our lives around us, right? And so being willing to acknowledge that, to have that meeting of the minds. But what I really love is the first one that came out was the Green Man and the Moss Agate. New spirit guides and tree wisdom. Tree wisdom. Get connected. You have a new spirit guide team coming in. So we have our higher self that is with us through our entire lifetimes. Like they're always there. Okay. But we have other guides that come in at different times in our lives when we need different things. And the first time I actually noticed the changing of the guard was really disturbing to me, because I was like, wait, why are you leaving me? But when he left, he introduced me. Well, actually, he didn't. He said, somebody's coming. And then another guide that was still there introduced me to the new guide that was coming in. And so that relationship is one that I need to spend more time on, because I was still, and that was a couple of years ago. I was like, why are we changing guides? What's going on here? Why is this happening? Are you leaving me? And so I had to work through some abandonment issues, which, are reflected shadow self into things that happen here in this lifetime, right? And so the green man in Moss, I get those, says you got growth coming, major growth coming. And since we're talking about career and finances and something new, I mean, this little dog could represent the new guide that wants to play, to help you to develop something new and exciting in your life. And so you have to believe in the dreams. You have to open your heart to receive. If you need space, ask for it. If you need time, ask for it. You guys know I have a Facebook, well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I have a Facebook channel that I record videos for every day. And because I have some new things I want to do, career, right? And I have a Pisces moon, and I had to ask myself, what do I really need right now? I needed space and time. And so I don't, as of this week, this last week, I'm recording videos every day. I will still record a couple times a week, but mostly they'll get post because I need time. I need space to develop, to grow, to try something new, to chase down some new dreams, right? And so Pisces, I think in your life somewhere, you're also experiencing this, because this energy, when people say, how is it that I can go to a reading and everything like so resonates, right? It's because there are energetic cycles. And when we choose to incarnate under sun, moon, rising in certain signs or whatever, that stuff is like a little clock that when different things happen, they trigger those changes. And for Pisces right now, the North Node is one of those clocks that are ticking through. And so it is a time of cyclical change. Oh my God. Look, I think you need to ask for space in your life from some kind of a relationship. Maybe you're working too much. Maybe it's you need to carve out time for yourself in your life. I'm not saying like you're married, you got 6 kids, right? Let's just say you can't really check out, but you can carve out space, and you have to. And maybe that means that you get up a half hour early before everybody else does, and you use that time for yourself. Maybe it's after everybody goes to bed at night, at least a couple times a week, you go and you sit in that saltwater bath. Like, I don't know where or how you're going to do it, and trust me, I know how freaking challenging it can be, right? I was a single mom with 3 kids. A couple of times I was married in that process, but mostly I was on my own, and trying to manage all of that was a lot. And if you do not give to yourself first, you don't have enough to give to anything or anyone else. And right now, you are going through this metamorphosis, this change. It's almost like giving yourself space to cocoon, right? So things can disassemble to reassemble into something new. You feel pretty picked over when I get these bones. Like, I feel like you don't have a lot left right now in the tank. But right now, Spirit's saying we're coming in. We're bringing in new energy. We're bringing in a new spirit guide team. We're bringing in this energy. So are you open to receiving it? Will you welcome it in? Will you play in this new energy? Will you allow yourself to connect with the spirit guide team? This looks like connecting with your higher self. This made me think of that too, right? I mean, this could be a love reading, people. It really could. I get that. And if that's what you're coming here for, I might not be the right channel for you. I don't really do love readings. Sometimes they show up, but what I'm getting here is not that. What I'm getting right now is a connecting with your higher self, because we have this believe charm that came out, and we have the stag. And the stag has this big rack of antlers, which is about connecting in with your higher self. And it says, Trust and thrive. And look at all the green there. Just like that green man in the moss agate. Trust and thrive. Something new and beautiful is coming in. Something that you want, that you dream of, that maybe you're afraid to believe in. They're asking you to believe in it and then connect in. And you have the great teacher. You have a new guide coming in. Big time. And not just any guide, but a big guide. Now, this definitely looks like Yeshua. But what they're really saying here is this was the Holy Spirit coming in and connecting with this energy. You have this coming in. New energy, new guides, new, be open to the change. You have a big direction that things are moving in. It says learn from spiritual experiences. How do you transform this situation? By connecting in with the wisdom. And if you really look at this, you have an owl that's there and one that's leaving. You have a changing of the guards. There is a changing of the guides. And this change is to help you to find the direction, to clear things out, to set you in a way that allows you to break free from a cycle that you've been on for a while. Be open to the change. Please steer clear of escapism and instead be open to receiving. All right, Pisces? Ask for what you need. That's the only way you're going to get it. Okay, you guys take really good care. I'm on Facebook every day in one form or the other. I do private readings. The information is in the description box below. I'll see you back here next month.